A culture involves people moving what? Together, in tandem, in rhythm. It involves them having the same temporal sense, the same kind of time clock, so that they can move in synchrony, one with the other. And music is about synchrony. Poetry is about synchrony. Song is about synchrony.
Peace, family. This poem draws a lot of inspiration from an excerpt in Malcolm X's famous speech, The Ballad or the Bullet, when he talks about how we need to put aside our differences and come together around common goals. This poem asks a series of questions titled, What Can We Agree On? What can we agree on? Can we agree that no matter our religious denomination, economic, social status, our political affiliation, we continue to catch hell because of our outward manifestation? Can we agree that Brother Malcolm was right when he said you can't hate the roots of the tree without hating the tree, which is key to understanding the crisis of our identity? Can we agree that Marcus Garvey was right in saying once organized we will compel the world to respect us, which is why the enemy will continue to divide us? What can we agree on? Can we agree that Kwame Nkrumah was right in saying if not united, the strategy would be to pick us off and destroy us one by one as we limit our own possibilities to overcome? Can we agree that it was on a Pan-African scale that our enemies robbed us, raped us, and stole us from our lands, in which on a Pan-African basis we must fight to control and keep our own destiny in our own hands? What can we agree on? Can we agree that as African people we created wealth for non-African people around the world, but in return we are thrown the crumbs to barely even survive blood money in which our ancestors died? I ask, how can we reverse this tide? Perhaps group economics amongst ourselves, we should give it a try. What can we agree on? Can we agree that our lives aren't worth 2 cents in a land where Ayanna Jones and Tamir Rice get shot down by the police before they even reach 13? What can we agree on? Can we agree that police brutality is universal in this Western Hemisphere from New York down to Brazil? That we have to start speaking in terms of genocide by the astronomical numbers we are being killed? What can we agree on? Can we agree that even though there is a movement called Black Lives Matter, that Black lives won't matter until we make it matter? What can we agree on? Can we agree today that we need to reflect on the incredible price that was paid for us to stand here today? That the blueprint has been laid by the historic struggle for liberation which our ancestors made? Marcus Garvey once said, in a world of wolves, one should go armed. And one of the most powerful defense weapons within the reach of Negroes is the practice of race first in all parts of the world. And if we can agree on all of this, we have to agree that we can unite beyond these invisible walls that divide us, and unity is within our reach.
This is a poem that I wrote. It is untitled. I was inspired by pretty much the life I've been living, gaining knowledge of self, just being able to see through the illusion and all the lies that we as a society have been conditioned to believe. Don't ever be ashamed of who you are unless you're a coon, under the influence of what society eludes, trying to live the American dream portrayed on the TV screen. You know, nice cars, the finer things, living beyond your means, can't even afford the life you're picturing. I look at the portrait you see for a little clarity, tilted my head to the side, squinted to see past the disguise. The picture became clear to me, a system where the ability to pay is more important than the need. A woman with kids to feed, broke, busted, disgusted, can't afford shit. That's enough to turn anybody into a capitalist. I also see a generation that don't understand the importance of family structure. You know, a family where there's a father. That don't realize how powerful the bond between a black woman and man is. Otherwise, why attack it? They fear it. Doesn't matter if the Willie Lynch letter is real because it's valid. Once upon a time, the black man was 3/5 a person on the ballot. Instead, all the women independent and don't need no man. Anything he can do for me, I can. If he texts you, good morning, beautiful, it's a thirst trap. While the guy you feeling won't even hit you back. The guy's yelling, it ain't nothing to cut that bitch off, instead of realizing you're a generation that's lost. Want to be the king, but for the castle, you can't afford the cost. Why chill with him if you're not trying to tear shit down, rebuild with him? On social media pretending you're happy, so free. It's a shame a couple of my lines were inspired by Mimi's. Just being honest, tired of all the pretension, because I too am a part of this generation, just in the process of breaking free of all the bondages of mental slavery. Negative images of people that look like me set a fire, they burned down my family tree. Millions of souls lost in the sea, beautiful spirits that will never be, all because morality doesn't outweigh material things.